functions as almost a sneak attack, but almost only in the first round. It's more akin to the bugbear sneaky ability.
Well, the assassin, if they go before someone,
they automatically crit.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They crit. I mean, you don't auto crit. You just do half of a rogue sneak attack damage, more or less. Which even with that amount of damage in a full round, a fighter can still outstrip the damage. Not by much, but a fighter can still outdo damage. Why? A fighter gets 4 attacks in a round. You still only get 2.
Jesus Christ.
It does outstrip the damage, though, of a paladin and barbarian and ranger. Paladins will still outstrip the damage when they crit, because paladins are meant to go Nova periodically, and that's what they still do. And its various subclasses. The subclass that's probably the most broken is just the first one I did, because it increases threat range like a champion fighter. So eventually you can crit on an 18 to 20. Mm-hmm. Which I'm like, critting on an 18 to 20 when you have a weapon that does 3d12 damage. You're critting for 6d12. That's a good amount. But, 2 attacks, that's always where I go to the balance point. If you got 4 attacks around, it's a fighter clone.
Alright, so I don't know if it's
the volume of still finishing and typing, but the base ideas are
the actual
the other
in TJ's book.
Yeah. The other ability that I had fun with was one that increases your threat range, is you can overcome whatever your chosen element is for your weapon. You can overcome the damage immunity for that. So it's like, alright, congratulations, you can deal fire damage to a fire dragon. My blade burns. Yeah, there's a subclass based around that, a subclass based around basically being a sniper, more or less. One built
a sniper samurai.
Basically, there was a lot of bow used for samurai, and a lot of it was the true long bow, the bows that are almost the size of them. So I'm like, okay. The ability that I gave was, as a bonus action, you can gain advantage on your attack roll, your next attack roll, which includes ranged. Ranged attacks are very hard to get advantage on. So congratulations, you have an ability to get ranged advantage rolls. And yeah, that class combined with that.
And it doubles your range.
Yeah.
And you can ignore most cover.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's a really good ability that a lot of people overlook when they think of a ranged. You finally get close to them, they can go, great, I'm still really good with swords too!
There was enough.
But what's the other one? That subclass then allows you to add wisdom modifier to your initiative rolls, and will give you proficiency in death saving throws as well. And its ultimate ability is that focus, that bonus action focus, will go to all your attacks in a round, instead of just your first one. So even if you're hasted, great, your 3 attacks are now an advantage.
And that's the samurai, so only 2 attacks?
Samurai's only 2 attacks.
Yeah.
you also get to like you can choose your main class,
Uh-huh.
and then you also get to you get companions that you can build yourself.
Uh-huh.
Like they start as a base class, but you can respec them
Mhm.
and multi-class and stuff. Like I'm thinking of changing my cleric to 10 cleric to 2 paladin so they can smite.
Yeah. Yep.
But there's only 12 levels, so multi-class is
Yeah.
kind of risky.
Yeah. That's what I read about that. And I was hoping to. I was
The
like, come
audio
on,
just
go to
stopped. That way we should be able to broadcast the music at the same time.
That's actually what's happening right now on accident. So it's just playing the background music instead of using it as a secondary source. It's just going to be very ambient in the background. So what I'll do is I'm going to turn that audio input down just a bit.
Yeah.
All right. Feats. AirTag that I don't need. Phone to charge. Okay. We're here. We're
Woo!
at least, I don't know, probably around the 50% mark queer. So it's good. It's a good representation all around at the table. But last time, as I told Mike, I did not have much planned.
So he killed a child.
Hold on. Wait. We can't jump into that. Where is it? Oh no!
What?
I can't. Oh, here it is. We can't start without reading some jokes, guys. Welcome to Into the Runaverse, where sometimes we accidentally kill children NPCs. Oh, you can't see me.
Uh-oh.
You're frozen.
Can you see? No, you can't see that one. That
Oh,
one
boy.
I think I can fix. But we can see you guys, which is really what's important, honestly, right now.
Our shining faces.
Yeah, there it is. I think I'm going to be the one that's from the child. Oh, shit. It doesn't like when we fiddle around with things and come back, but OBS is a lot more forgiving because it's a little more open form than Streamlabs. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for joining us. Liz, we hope you feel better. As always, check out our source book, Into the Runaverse. You can find it, the PDF for sale on our website for about 20% off price. And that's going to go through the end of August. If you are in the West Michigan area or just like to travel to cons, we're going to be at the Grand Rapids Grand Con it's really at the start of next month. The last day of this month is set up. But we'll be selling some physical books and other physical things there, or you can order our physical books, soft or hardcover, online. Everything always helps support the site. We also have, I think there's a free Google thing on the link tree, and then there's like a 50-cent like Venom mimic armor. A mimic armor that's a lot like the Venom symbiotes that I made for like 50 cents on the website. Somebody just got that the other day. I get about $2 a month from that. But I'm glad people still use it. It's fun. It's a lot. It's really cool. I wanted to incorporate it into this. I didn't want to give it to you guys right away though, because it's a little almost broken as fuck. Like it's one of those like mid to late game items. Unless you're willing to commit to just all the things it can do. Anyway, check those out. As always, we appreciate both the viewing support and any other support that can be thrown our way. But before we torture in the story, we're going to torture through RPG dad jokes. As always. Hey, Mike. Why couldn't the druid get around town?
Couldn't catch a flight.
No, he was always stuck in neutral.
That was a very niche joke.
I needed to get somebody who's played like old editions to like throw that at. All right, John.
Yes.
I had trouble believing the party rogue was stealing tavern placards, but then I checked his house. The signs were all there. Jeremy. The enemy wizard didn't want me to cast people. God damn it, we did that one last week. I got to put a mark on these. Fuck. All right, sorry. Anyway.
We won.
What did the dragon say after being hit by a vorpal sword?
Oh.
Thanks for having me.
Feel a little lightheaded.
Kenny, how did they balance the Beholder this edition?
They gave it glasses.
They just eyeballed it.
Oh.
And Liz isn't here, so that's it. So now that and I think the first one got the best laugh, specifically to the person that I read it to, but you know what? I'll fucking take it. I still think Swahagen-Dazs is the best fucking punchline in that joke, but that's just such a. I never use Swahagen, so anyway, we're here. The music stops. I want it to be creepy.
And I think Khaki Phil said in the chat that he could not hear the music before.
Okay, that's because it did not start back up again. I'll bet you can hear it now. Oh God, it's Stephanie. Yeah, right. We just blow out Phil's eardrums. Yeah, right. We just blow out Phil's eardrums. Put it on repeat.
I didn't hear it.
This is more dark atmosphere music. I didn't hear it. Okay. It's just a low rumble right now. It will pick up. It's going to play multiple tracks of dark atmosphere on loop for us. So, last time I was telling Mike that there's that meme of the Dungeon Master when they're like, I'm excited for this week's session, and you look down behind your screen and there's like 2 sticky notes, and one is like, sexy goblin merchant question mark. That was pretty much I knew it was Brine Shear
Kill kids
and Shark Attack. Like that was literally it. Those were the 2 notes I had. I did not mean to kill 2 children NPCs. That was about 3. What?
I meant to kill 3.
I meant to kill 3. You're right. I honestly listen. It was one of those things where I'm like, okay, we got like 19, 18, 17. It'll be fine. You know, if they kind of like get to the kids, it's far away, and then it rolled like a 19 plus 1. I just, no. All right, we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll miss. No, a kid's like, nah. Yeah. It's like, hey, it can still happen. Anyway, you guys got a lot of information about Brine Shear from the Possum folk. They're not a quartermaster, harbor master. Old Frisky. Skippy. Sorry, this one was Skippy. Frisky was the no last time. I don't mean to keep doing this. But Skippy told you guys a little bit about the island, particularly that there are a few of those lay points throughout the bayou. It's not even a bayou, it's a true everglade. Did anybody look up what everglades look like? I learned that the Florida Everglades are over 2,000 square miles. That is so much bigger than I thought they were. That is enormous.
Like the entire southern tip.
Yeah, I was absolutely blown away by the sheer magnitude of it. So when I was like, maybe this place is too big, and I looked up, I'm like, oh no, I'm being uber conservative.
We're having a crossover though between Everglades and Bayou, which there is a difference.
There is a difference. There is more of a.
Bayous have a lot more tree lines.
I was going to say there is more landmass. It's sort of like think of it as if this were a Venn diagram. I mean, given the setting, it is kind of a diagram. Given if it was a Venn diagram, both literally and figuratively, it is an Everglade with bayous inside of it. Like there's small bayou patches, but it's a lot of like just water with some of it's true saltwater marshes, but a lot of it has that kind of weird brackish / semi-fresh water that most of the Lubra is filled with. That makes it to where living on the island is pretty simple. But Skippy did tell you that there's a few of those lay points throughout the bayou / Everglades of Serpenbrooke, up to a point. He said about between like 5 and 8 miles out, they sort of stop happening because it gets a little wild out there. Then you're in more of the true wilderness territory of the Everglades, where they've just given it over to nature. There is one person to the northwest called Old Bren, a hag, who they said it can be bargained with, but you got to be careful because hags can be dangerous. You guys also heard from him that there is an old abandoned wood elf village somewhere out this way. You all knowing that is Grillmore's old village, been abandoned for about 20 years. And you guys know somewhere way deeper into the Everglades is Laboratory 1, where Undertree having drank the Kool-Aid, along with at least Ballistimus possibly still, a bunch of Cult of Eldrim people, and the ally of Brundlefly, not enemy, frenemy, question mark, of Brundlefly. Slightly less tenuous than Lex Luthor. Sorry?
It's a probably dangerous corpse.
That's, yeah. I guess one of those people that is, for the moment, an ally, at least, is there, but she has warned that she may be able to communicate once or twice more, but she's probably going to leave before you guys get there, because she's asked you to just burn the place to the ground. With the implication that she is the one who tried to burn the place to the ground previously, setting Grailmore free. But we know not. Oh, that was that. That was the water in the house. All right. But yeah, we ended last time with you guys saving the kids, killing the shark. One of them is missing a leg, which you have carved out of the shark. We don't know what we're going to do with that, as we are picking up with you guys basically out. Let me get into my book. I don't need to be full of myself. Oh no, there's a slime. Does anybody need to look at this?
I will if I'm going to play.
Check it out. Yeah, if you want to at least check Talani, or we can have her sit out for this session even, just to keep it simple.
I'm traumatized by the children being eaten.
You guys acted really fucking quick. It was one of those things where I was like, it'll be 100 feet, so like they have to be clever about with the cloak of manta rays, and then I was like, oh no, it's right there. It's gonna get them before they can do anything. But you guys acted quickly, getting the kids out, and the townsfolk are crowding you, and them staunching the wound of the kid whose leg is, missing. And that they're turning, the mothers are turning to you, like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Heroes. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of possum folk here, and a lot of like swamp animal folk. There's like
I'm laughing at the idea of the mothers running over. Meanwhile, it's like Braddock coming out of a half shark, going, "I got the leg."
Yeah. Lordio pops up for your guys' ship. What? There is a lot of beast folk here. Possum folk, raccoon folk, stork folk, like creatures you would find in a swamp, but frog people, gripplies, boggers, all of the swamp type animal folk that would exist. You're kind of seeing, as well as some half elves, some dwarves. Now keep in mind, there's maybe only 120 people in this town, but they're all like, woo, boy, howdy! Like, we cannot believe y'all did that so great. About 100 teeth between the lot of them. I'm kidding. There is a lot of
there's only
shine.
3 people here, right?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, it's like 60 of them from the shark.
Yeah.
And 28 are from me.
Do I even want to know where you ended up with teeth from?
In my mouth?
But Skippy's in the back, applauding, clapping, people offering you jugs of moonshine, pickled
I
pig
start
feet.
drinking.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God. And
I was just offered a jug of moonshine.
as people are like getting out the banjo, start like, and you hear
Over these
just
kids'
a
dead
gunshot
bodies.
ring out from back over by the front of the dock, and it's Skippy. He's got like a blunderbuss up in the air, and he puts it back and he says, "All right, I need everybody to just, I know we're excited. We want to celebrate. We got some done heroes in front of us, but everybody calm the shit down. We got to get everything cleared out, take care of them." And Lordio kind of pops up and he's like, "I can help with some of the children. Braddock, perhaps, can show off some of the options that can be offered here on the boat."
I'm sorry, do we have an entire medical staff on thing or something like that? I had a pipe put through my colon and you didn't say anything earlier.
We could talk. I can help you.
Yeah, we're going to talk about this. Please show me where this is. Please, apparently we have medical facilities on the boat.
We should hire a doctor.
We should, actually.
Well then, okay.
Well, I mean, I guess you can treat diseases too.
I'm saying somebody to help us.
Do you have like we could honestly in downtime make you like a trained like physician, like someone who actually can treat a beat on top of like arcane. Like
you can physically close this wound. We need somebody else. You don't have the magical ability.
We can even argue that we could even argue that you started the foundation when you and Martine did your like away time, where she's like, hey, sometimes you're going to be out of magic, and
Sometimes you don't have spell slots.
yeah, sometimes you're a spell slots. Here's how you dress a wound. Here's how you stitch things up. We can give you a +2 to medicine checks in terms of like wound dressing,
I have an idea.
staunching wounds, things like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's use Searing Smite on this.
you were gone for a month and a half.
Don't do that.
You were gone for a month and a half of specific training.
I made it back.
Like,
You killed him again, Jeremy.
she spent a week with you.
Just right now.
I would, so I'd say
I actually believe that.
we have that little bit. And it makes a lot of RP sense given the gods that you follow as well, and your what is it called? Domain. Good lord, I'm so sorry, guys. Where's my drink? Non-alcoholic.
High wisdom and low intelligence. Bad idea.
Wisdom juice.
Yeah, my wisdom juice. All right. But Skippy looks to y'all. Gypsy says, now, I'm sure our heroes need to take a break, and if they're feeling so, they can absolutely help us. But we need to clean this up, get things ready if we want to have a proper shindig. Let's close off the nets so that we can, close the harbor a little early, and just call it a night early. Send the lights up for the fishermen, last boats out to come in and get things clean. Give these folks a little bit of respite while we get ready for them. And why don't y'all just join us down right at the end of the docks? Come nighttime when the dock lights come on, we'll be ready. By all means, you're welcome to join us before then. But
what time is it now?
It's maybe like 4 o'clock.
Okay.
All right, so we can have some dinner and then go to a shindig.
Pellegrino, sponsor us. Okay. Whew. Okay, never mind. This can happen later. You guys have approximately 3 hours before it would be like nighttime when the lights would probably come on. You're welcome to help out. They're going to be cleaning up Lordio. You see that you don't have a medical doc. Well, he's absolutely taken over a little bit more of Julian's workshop than you're sure Julian is all right with. You can see for the most part he has, as part of the dismantling of multiple ships to make your guys' ship, part of the submarine that him and Malthea used to get you guys a little bit quicker than you were able to get in your large boat has been converted into more of like a secondary like side. What are they called? Like the boats, and they got like the side things that you can carry or just for like extra balance. The old Waterworld movie where he's got like the nets between it's like that.
I just like in my head that Malthea was not told this at all. Just one day was like sitting there listening to music somewhere on the sub, and all of a sudden it's with a whole half bit. What the? Oh, we're putting it on the ship.
We had a great idea. Nail it to the ship.
Meanwhile, on your side, Christopher's cooking. What the fuck?
Comes out holding a knife out of the kitchen. I spilled the soup.
Yeah.
Who dies?
We got a spell for that.
Now
Probably.
that we know she is definitely the Nain Rouge.
Oh, while we are here, we should probably get more groceries for the chef so that we won't be stuck eating the same soup all the time.
I start carrying jugs
You
of
have that
moonshine
discussion
onto
with
the
Princess
ship.
let her know you're upset with the soup.
They just hand me this jug of moonshine.
We have a
Perfect
chef on the
groceries.
ship that's covered.
Yeah, Chrysitha's your Sanji.
Yeah.
She's got you.
Did you hear that, Chris? Cassidy's upset with your soup.
Oh, what was that?
Cassidy away quick.
Are there any suggestions? You're like, while we're here, maybe you like a fish with a fucking finger sticking out of the day.
Hit him with a ladle.
No, the soup is delicious. It really is.
Hit him with a ladle.
Hit him with the ladle. That's for warning too. Break the back of his head. Don't even care if you're the good-looking one.
2 damage.
Well,
but listen,
I'm in full armor, so a ladle is not going to do that much damage.
Listen, I have been working a little bit of a
radically
I'm sure it's a 1d4.
That theory.
As we've been expanding with more of our friends joining us, Lortio and Maltea, but mostly Lortio, and Julian, maybe begrudgingly, they've expanded a bit of the ship. You may have noticed, and you guys do see it is like, it looks like it's actually kind of been built out. And she says,
"Wait a minute, is this wider somehow? I didn't think you could do that quickly."
Well, we make it longer and not wider.
It's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
They're doing a little bit of that, the magic stuff.
Ship of holding?
For the most part, it seems that they can fit maybe a little bit more space within a Grandmore corpse locker.
Hopefully he's not dead when we get back.
Look at 150 Guramore corpses in here.
The vote of requirements.
But she says they've been able to add a little bit of extra sleeping space, and but as such, they've also built a little bit under, and that's where my new storage goes. And so, I'm getting my elbows, greased up, nice and dirty, getting all of that down there. So I haven't been able to really stock up. So, without meaning to, offensive as it may be, Cassidy has a point that I don't have much, but we do have the century soup, and if you do have the chance, I don't want none of the fish around here, because if that's what's in the water, even if you catch something fresh, I don't know what's going on, don't know if it's breathing, don't know if it's eating even one of them little weird little finger legs. It's gross. However, if you do find something out while you're in the swamp, I'm looking for some parsnips. That would be great.
Parsnips grow in a swamp?
If you can find a little bit more of the
swamp nips.
Swamp nips.
They look like little peas coming out of the ground.
You're not just going to find them out there in the marsh, but, you're going to find, like, a little bit raised up, high. Just keep your eyes out. If you find a place with dense vegetation, not a marsh, you're not stomping in the mud, but like a proper forest. These are the everglades, but if anybody out there's got a map, you might be able to find some areas that have some denotations, at least as far as they've explored. But I'd appreciate that. Any vegetables that you find, I trust, but I'm going to keep away from the meat on the island for the moment. Maybe when we get a little more closer to Tabula, we can talk about getting some more meat to add to the soup, because it doesn't stay as long. But parsnips will hold long, carrots, any root vegetables you find out there, I'd appreciate. Even onions will be good, especially out in the marsh. Keep your eyes peeled.
Let's go kill some vegetables.
We're on the hunt for potatoes, guys.
If they're living vegetables, I'd like to meet with some more arcade-based chefs to let me know if that's okay to eat.
Through the town.
But
kill everyone.
I grab another jug of moonshine on my way to the marsh.
They're just on the corner.
So
take a nip as you go.
I'll walk me down.
Well, first of all,
I need another walk me down later.
It's proper that if you take one of the community jugs, that once you reach your domicile, you put one outside for someone else to grab later in their time of need.
So you guys
Put a single shot of dwarven fire swill in place of the moonshine.
Honestly, probably pretty effective.
I dare any of you to try this, especially the small one. An opossum comes up.
Braddock heard dwarven, and he's just like, nope.
Tastes like home, Braddock.
That's good. Stumble off the side of the dock.
Okay.
It's a viscous fluid.
Yeah, we use this to grease the carts every now and then.
And you also drink it.
And yep. I didn't say it was good for you. I just said it was effective.
Oh, TJ, while you're out there, the gray bar where it's showing the audio for the music, hit the red mute button because I think that was muted.
Is that better?
Is this one? The head's right here.
I can't tell.
The head's right here.
No, I still can't hear it on the live stream.
Awake, baby!
I hear you've been harnessing
So,
picnic baskets.
as you guys come up out of the SS, whatchamacallit, the lights are on and you can hear music is playing off in the background. People are laughing. Lordio is showing off, just like to you, the briefcases of all the different leg options that he can offer
The kid.
the kid.
What race is the kid?
It's a human
Okay.
kid.
One
But-
human kid living with a ton of swamp animals.
You notice that they are,
The canon option, and they're all just like, ooh.
yeah, you notice that what Lordio is showing are very, very simple. Like, almost, basically, one step up from a wooden one. Just like metal. Just like a solid metal. Nothing like, again, not a rocket, not like no boosters. You know, some of them are
Come
like,
on, give this kid
yeah,
a
some
booster.
of it, exactly. There are some that are like, get a booster. Do you get a booster? Ask your mom for a booster.
Mm-hmm.
And Lordio's like, I can give them a booster. Just like, absolutely not.
The
I
kids,
tried.
the kids that we rescued, are they making friends with the two kids that we brought along with us from New
They
Amberwood?
seem, Christopher's not really giving them a chance to make friends. She's keeping them hard at work.
They're on the boat.
Okay.
Yeah, they're helping move stuff. She does kind of let them go off eventually. You are now, the change has happened. You are pretty Cassidy.
Yeah.
But people welcome you guys, offer you drinks, swill. They've got like a pig roasting. The pig looks normal. It's not giving you guys any weird like juju off of it.
How much am I gonna drink before I throw up?
And then they got multiple other dishes and whatnot to offer you. But is there anything you would like to do this evening, or just party the night away?
Is it just a bunch of shacks here?
It's a shanty town.
They look poor. I don't want to steal from poor people.
Bless you for that.
I did not. No, I think Mort's probably mostly with Lordio just in case anything goes amiss, or
They'll even help teach you.
yeah.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we know.
Yeah, but it's kind of like that crazy that seems to be able to be directed. Eccentric might be a better word, but you can tell that the conditions in which they grew up kind of makes them lean towards chaotic. Brilliant medical mind, especially when it comes to like biometrics and stuff like biomechanics, like Braddock's leg. Still sniffing some fade every now and then while he's working, but he's quick, he's efficient, and you think that you pick a little bit of stuff up just in the progress of your becoming the ship's medic as well.
I think after a certain point, I get so drunk that I just start trying to shoot fish with like the gun we have on the ship now.
I mean, it's.
Where's Serbia?
She
has all the. Not Serbia.
And
she has a barrel ready for you.
I'm just pulling it.
No, it's gonna make shooting the fish way easier.
And as it's a redneck
tries to throw a barrel
as
at the
you
fish.
like do that, every shot they're like, woo! Yeah, come on! It is just an eruption of like cheers and applause and like people
like a
pop,
harpoon.
pop, 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 pop. No, it's like a little bit of like a little pulse, like it can't like. It's very much like you get one shot and then you gotta wait like 30 seconds to a minute for it to charge up, but you know,
so that
unlimited ammo.
powerful.
It's just you gotta make sure you hit it the first time. You can see that there's one active, and there's three others they're trying to set up. One another on your side, and then two on similar ends on the other side of the boat. And they basically dismantled Julian's airship. You don't know where a lot of the parts went, but you can see as you're up here, Sirmia, that they've made his airship about the same size as the submarine, so that they're kind of equalizing out on either side of the boat, but they've both equally been taken apart, and you're wondering where various pieces have gone, especially in the hands of a mad scientist. Anyway, as you're blasting Sirmia, Skippy comes up to... I guess you're right there, Mort, as she's doing this as well, because the flow is right there. But you two being out amongst the two, probably want to take a picture of this because I want this back. But there we go. Skippy comes over to you. He's got like a rolled up parchment. Comes and goes, Captain, and and he looks at you and do you have your?
Well, yeah, the helmet of my armor is off.
Okay, and he
Yeah.
goes, oh, I don't mean to be rude, but y'all didn't strike me as such a becoming young gentleman.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Long story short, I look like this at nighttime, and then I look like the other me during the day. It's very complicated, but I assure you, I am technically the same person.
You know what's the second thing he ever said to us?
I'm not sure if I want to know, but...
Oh, Braddock, please don't.
But I wanted to share this with y'all, and with trustworthy source, I trust, Captain.
Yes.
I just, this is one of my, took me a while to map this out while I'm in here. On right here. Yeah, you hear like... gotta jump.
I'll shoot it straight up in the sky.
But,
it's like fireworks!
And
I
he
have
rolls it out,
actually
and
put on suits
it
before,
is-
went out and hit golf balls and shot shotgun shots at golf balls out of here.
it is a map of...
Put on a suit?
Yeah. We were inspired by Burn Notice.
Serpenbrooke. For the most part. Sorry, I just want to make sure you
What
can't-
happened with our Nat 1 survival check on the water?
When the child died?
Was that it?
Probably not.
No, don't worry about it. I can't remember what it was. It happened, though. Everything that needed to happen happened last week. Which doesn't always happen because I'm a forgetful guy. But he does share with you a map of Serpenbrooke. This is what he shows you. Take a picture and share it on the resources for each of you to see. The parts that are pinked out either have information I don't want you to read, or John needs to too, and then or things that have not yet been explored. But he says, in my, about 3 decades here, just sort of exploring out in the Everglades is what I've been able to sort of map out myself. But if you got a friend who's able to transcribe this right quick, I've broken it up into what I like to call 4 zones. We got this first zone here, and he's marked like where some of the lake points are. You see like little cabins.
Okay, we'll call that Route 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He said we got Zone 1. That's sort of where we got most of y'all general swamp creature problems, like alligators. But, sometimes you get like giant toads out there. You're going to get some of this shit like undead. This is the Lubra after all, but nothing too crazy. You get the second zone. That's where you're going to start running into. I was talking about them trolls last week. That's where the trolls territory starts. Now they come in a few different varieties out that way, but they like to stick to the aquatics if they can, for the most part. But
and Cassidy is like transcribing everything he's saying and writing it down so that other Cassidy can, because other Cassidy's not going to remember any of this. So.
Give me.
It's like, was this Cassidy this nice to other Cassidy? Like.
Yeah, he has to leave him a journal. He has to 51st dates himself.
I remember when I had a character with multiple personalities.
What do I need to roll?
Give me a general.
I hate myself.
Give me a sleight of hand just for writing it down quickly.
Okay.
I'm coming. And the other one was he wasn't aware he had multiple personality disorder.
18.
Okay, great. So you managed to get this all. You transcribe the information without really missing anything. But the second zone, he says, that's where the trolls start to show up. Now, Zone 3, that's where old Nan, she's like right in that cusp where things get too hairy to really go beyond unless y'all are accomplished adventurers like yourselves.
Is the hag on Serpenbrooke or Brian?
Well, Branch is just a little city here. We own the Serpenbrooke Everglades.
Okay.
She's deeper into Everglades. She holed up in a tight mangrove forest in the heart of it. But if you find yourself in tight need of a potion, old Nan's someone you can bargain with. Just be mindful, be careful. And hags is dangerous. Just watch yourselves if you go out there. But this place y'all looking for, I think it might be.
Cassidy, we might need your exact set of skills. This Cassidy, we might need your exact set of skills with this hag.
Oh, it's about time.
We have found a use for you.
Now,
What if she's a lesbian?
We'll throw him to the wolves in that case.
You still need them. This toy zone
That point,
where
then he can take her aggression out. It's fine. We still have a use for this Cassidy.
the storage zone's where the old village, that old elf village I told you where is. Now it is quite a bit away from Old Nan. It's maybe about a day's journey between the two of them, but I think y'all might still be able to. It'll be hairy. Don't get me wrong. You won't be a cakewalk, but y'all can, unless y'all dumb, survive. You'll walk out with a few cuts and bruises, but I think y'all can do it. That might be a safe place to hold up better than Old Nan's place, to tell you what. But beyond that, that's the 4th zone. That's where I ain't going really that far.
And how far is?
But did we tell him about the laboratory?
No.
So from here all the way up.
He has no idea that it exists.
Now I ain't seen no place. Now, like I said,
well, I didn't say anything out loud.
Oh no! About 15 years ago, that an elven gentleman came running out from the far north, saying something about a laboratory going to the ground. But we ain't found nothing. Nobody gone far enough to find nothing. So it might be out there. We don't know. But we We ain't seen that elven boy since then. Covered in scars, horrible stuff.
Yeah, he's fine. He got killed like a man.
Oh, good. He's fine.
Yeah. Metaphorically. Question for you. How far is Zone 2 in comparison? I assume we're kind of in Zone 1.
We at the very bottom of Zone 1.
Yeah.
But I made it. It's arbitrary, but this is so...
The very south of the
if
island.
you look on the map, I've made lines about each bracket between... It's about 5 miles between each one. So that ziggity-zag line, that's the break between Zone 1 and 2. Then you see another kind of like a bunch of dashes. That's the one between 2 and 3. And then there's like just a bunch of scribbles, and that's the 1 to 4.
Okay.
So, but I marked the little the layway spots on there, so if you need a safe place, they should be, as long as they're still standing up and out of the reach of anything too problematic out there. Unless, snakes climb in there, that's not undead. I can't keep it out of there, but zombies can't climb their posts too well.
Okay.
And you said you got that walker, y'all take it out
the
there.
the entirety of the island is 195 miles north to south.
That's about right, and then it's maybe about 120, 130, west to east. It's big. I mean, it's not so much an island as an environmental region. It's the Everglades. There's a few. Those are pockets of marsh.
What are the squiggly lines? Is that just shading?
Here, let me see if I can.
On the outside of the island, or
I think that's like the water outside. Like that is the actual ocean area.
Yeah, the dash marks, the squiggly lines are just sort of like a rough outline. You get a sense this is something he's probably just scribbled with his pen while he's out fishing, swimming, marshing out.
I'm just thinking we could take the boat around on the east side of the island to that shack in the middle, and that would be an easy trip to the hag and the village from either side. I'm a navigator.
Oh my god. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
How else would we get here? I have a feeling Braddock's making that exact face.
How else did we get here? Braddock just looking at the compass and map system right up next to the thing.
I don't need a compass.
Remembering back to when every single time we approach land, Sermia's come up. It's like, it's there.
I use vibe.
My keep.
I use vibe checks to find the island for you to get to.
I'm feeling that way today.
Braddock's like, we're going this way.
Mort. That one is the one time.
You
Fine,
are...
I'll listen to you, Sermia. We'll go this way.
Sitting
3
there,
hours later,
but you're kind of looking through some of Lordio's journals, his notes, and it's not some of it's about personal journals, a lot of medical notes.